I would like to see us have more years of surpluses coming in with a conservative budget than an aggressive budget. That's my financial.
I think we take the risk of, if the money doesn't come in, now we're dipping into our fund balance.
Right.
And
I don't want to do that.
we work so hard to start to build that, and going backwards is going to put us in a really difficult position.
Well, again, and I'll state this, I've been saying all along, we're going to sell 2 parcels of the Asbury Woods property and get $1.5 million. We're pretty sure that's going to happen that would be booked for this year. That will go into the reserves.
But we still need to get to that 8%.
Yes, we do.
And they still have to, they're not sold yet. It's not, I mean,
No, they're not.
I know it's coming, but until then, until it's finalized.
So, where do you need us to go now? Yeah.
Well, I'm almost hearing people move back over to raising taxes to the index. And if that's not the case, then we need to come back over here and we need to do a roll call on the Montessori program.
Can I ask, why is it that option 4 has the cut in the administration and support staff, but the option 2 doesn't?
Because we had a plan to use these people,
Okay.
especially this position.
All right, so in exchange for less taxes, you would cut more people. Is essentially how
Correct.
the option 4, I want to make that abundantly
Right.
clear. Less taxes, more people get cut. People that you can use in.
Well, these are 2 secretarial positions, so they're not I mean, they work with kids, but it's not the educational
Okay.
assistants who are in the classroom. The administrative piece is a principal that we have a principal opening that will slide in.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we're putting it out there so that the tax increase is not, it's hard to serve 9 people when on one hand nobody wants to raise taxes, and then somebody wants it a little bit, and then you want it halfway. So we're trying to, and then we're trying to keep everything. So it's not easy.
So
we could go anywhere tax increase wise on option 4. If you want to just bite the bullet and raise taxes to the index because you're concerned about the aggressiveness in that, you can do that too. I still think I need a roll call vote on the Montessori program regardless, because I think we're half and half. And as you know, 2 years ago, I stood in front of them, went out and had meetings. I stood in front of the prior board and thought I was putting up and doing what we were supposed to be doing and watching the budget and things like that, and it was 5-4. So I'm sensing about the same thing here, and I'm fine with letting you folks decide, and we'll keep it. It's a great program. It's a great program.
well, we need to have a motion on something.
Motion for number 2?
No, you singled out Montessori, didn't you, for the motion?
I'll move to bring Montessori up for a vote.
I'll second.
So just,
To terminate or to keep?
yeah, can I just clarify?
Yeah, right?
By the way, thank you for sitting for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
What was who made the motion?
I
Ben
did.
Ben, what was your motion?
To eliminate the Montessori program.
Okay, we're going to do that first.
I made a motion.
Yes, you
That
did.
is not Montessori.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay, let's have a discussion.
If we do vote to eliminate it, is it gone, or then can we look at phasing it out like I had suggested, or is it done?
My motion is to eliminate entirely.
With no phasing out?
Well, that's the way I presented it.
Right, well, that's what I'm asking. I mean, I don't want to eliminate it whatsoever, but if it's voted out, then I'm wondering, is it too late for me to ask that we would look at a phase out?
Well, there's a motion on the floor, so we have to address that first.
Okay.
I mean, the way I read it is if we vote to phase it out, or not to phase it out, if we vote to eliminate it, it's done.
Okay,
Is that?
that's the motion. And then a second.
Could you please repeat the motion?
The motion is to eliminate the Montessori program. Is that
In its
correct?
entirety.
The only
Yes.
motion that is on the table at the present time?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, any other discussion?
Well, the reason why, if you don't mind, as the maker of the motion, I've read all the articles, I've read everything everybody has sent, and several times. There's about 13,500 to 14,000 public school districts in the country. Of that number, only about 400 have publicly owned, operated Montessori programs. It's really a low percentage. I understand that the parents really like it. I understand that they're big believers in it. But when you're looking at public school districts, for me, I don't mean to be disrespectful. Please understand this. But if you really believed in a Montessori program, I would think that you would want to go to the MRCS because it's a 7-year program instead of a 4. I'm not saying that to be smart. I just, if you really believed in it, I would think that that's the direction that you would go. The other thing is, when you look at students, at the end of that program, you've got 9 more years for them to develop into something or not into something. And I think that 9 years is more important than the first 3 or 4. I'm not sold that that is going to make or break any of the students. I know that you love the program. I know that you like it, and I know that you believe in it. I just don't see that much of a benefit in it. I think it's short-lived. And I think it has more to do with the parents of those kids than it does the program. I don't say that to be disrespectful to anyone. I just think that the parents have more of an impact on those kids than that particular program.
Anybody else? One of the things I'll say is that, to me, the Montessori, my grandkids went to Montessori down south, and they loved it. It was great. And it is a great program, there's no doubt about it. But I truly believe that it's not, and I say this with all due respect, part of our core here in the district to provide that. I think our core is where we need to be. And Montessori was, you know, when the district was a little flush with everything and people were moving in and we had what we had, I think it was a great idea. But I think at this point in time, we keep coming back to it every year, and we'll continue to come back to it every year. And to me, it's just not part of our core that we need to maintain, honestly. So.
All right, I'll throw my 2 cents in. When these programs were brought in, and I say these programs because there's been other things that have cut, what I found as being a parent in this district, and my kids have been out of school for 10 years, what a lot of the administration, and we went through a lot of administrators, by the way, five superintendents or something like that, what seemed to didn't happen was that anyone did long-range planning. You know, we had school districts that were saving money for PESers, and you know, they were healthy. And every single year, we keep coming back to the table saying, "Oh God, we're millions in debt again. We're millions in debt." We have to start the long-term planning process. And sadly, like he said, I love the Montessori program. I did go there, and I met 2 great little twins who came up and shook my hand because they're such independent thinkers. But we're going to keep coming back here, and we can't just keep coming back and solving the issue for the next 8 months. We got to think long term. We have to think the next 5 years down the road, and other programs are going to be on the chopping block. It's just the way it is with the increases that are mandated to school districts.
Yes, is there let me chime in, is there a written long-term goal for the district? It doesn't include Montessori. Is it actually documented, printed, published